Now, see, this new phone that I got recently, as you can see, I cannot show the entire TV like I used to because this is a 5G phone. The camera is so much better on this phone, but I just cannot show it full screen. The camera just has more range. It's just more powerful. But that's not really what this video is about. This is more so about the fact that the new mechanics in Tekken just did not age well. My shit acting up? Alright. Like, I think fans would have been okay if if there was no heat mechanic. I think we were all excited when Tekken 8 first came out because it just looked hype, but like, I don't think we wanted the entire game to be like this, a bunch of moves going into heat mechanic, but going into heat and shit. I don't think that's what the majority of the Tekken audience really wanted. It's like, okay, we were happy that the game was more aggressive, but we didn't want it to be like Super Smash Bros. Or Dragon Ball Z or some shit. To be just a rush down offensive heavy game with no defense options or whatever. Other than Yoshimitsu Sword Flash. I think the only reason why Yoshi's Sword Flash is seen as broken is because it's an offense heavy game to where you're just running into shit because you're just trying to kill each other as soon as possible. You're trying to gangbang your opponent. You're not trying to use skill or strategy or defensive skills. It's just all about rushing your opponent down. Whoever rushes each other down first wins the match. That's the problem with Tekken 8. Yeah, it looks great. I definitely like the way Tekken 8 looks better than Tekken 7. I'm sure it's not just me, but I think, and also, like I said before, online kind of killed Tekken more than anything because it's been all about people winning. Like, who sat around complaining about a character being broken up until Tekken became competitive? Where, since like maybe around Tekken 7 when all you could do is just play online because there's hardly any game modes. I think I've talked about this before. But still, I don't necessarily hate Tekken 8. I think the game is fun on one hand to me, but on another hand, it's kind of dull. Like, it didn't add that much more than what we got in Tekken 7. I think, yeah, it's fun for me to choreograph with in Tekken 8, but I think the problem is, what does that have to do with online play when like half of everybody's fucking moves goes in the heat? You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? It's not good for competitive play. Now everybody gotta change how they fucking play the game. You see how this is the problem? So, I don't know, man. I haven't really been playing much. I didn't buy Heihachi. Yeah, I'll buy Heihachi maybe eventually, but I'm not really playing games. I'll still make videos. I'm, you know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about actually, talking about the characters. I might take a game like, Law in Tekken 4, he had a good comeback, a decent comeback, whatever. Why did they nerf them story-wise down to the ground like they did? Yeah, when I talk about these characters, when I start doing these stories on these different characters, I'm going by how strong they are in stories, unlockables and all that. What they're ranking is story wise. Like Jin, for example, Jin in Tekken 8 is the same as Jin in Tekken 4. He's kind of playing the same role where he lost his. He was changing his fighting style. He didn't change his fighting style in Tekken 8, but he lost himself. Like he lost himself in Tekken 4, and he had to regain himself to become, to master his craft all over again. He's getting beat by Huang in the fucking parking lot. Like, dude, this guy should be able to whip Huang's ass. Like, he's an early unlockable in Tekken 4. In Tekken 8, he's low ranked too, story wise. He's just trash, man. Like, I want to make videos talking about shit like that because I know I covered the rankings of every character story wise, whether they're in the front of the book back in the Tekken 1 to Tekken 5 days. Of course, in Tekken, this thing's like that. This on a VCR. That's why my shit acting stupid like this. Because I ain't used to staying a while, so. But whatever, man. Like, plus I noticed that, I talked about how I'm done with Tekken. I'm trying to, in a way I am. But, because I've kind of I've done what I wanted to do. Regardless of how frustrated I felt. And but I want to talk more about the stories of the characters, like why they're ranked low in the game, story wise, and whatnot. Like Leroy in Tekken 8. Leroy, you see how busted he was in Tekken 7? How far he was pushed? Even though he was DLC. Tekken 8, he's trash, man. They story-wise, Leroy's been nerfed to the ground. I want to talk about stuff like that. I figured that because you get... It's more relevant in the algorithm to talk about the game instead of actually, playing the game. That's one thing I learned, too, about the algorithm. But, anyhow, that's the video, y'all. Peace out.